Hello and welcome to Grindcore TV, me your host Aaron. Didn't like that last video, weren't satisfied, doing it again. Boom! The Berzerker, Dissimulate. This is their second album, a band from Australia. Now, you could call them Grindcore, you could call them death metal, industrial, fucking cyber grind, I don't know what you call it, but it's magic. First time I heard this, my brains were left all over the fucking ceiling of my mum's car, and it was absolutely insane. However, this is the earache reissue, unfortunately, because my original copy went walkabouts years and years ago. So we've got because it's earache. There's no booklet or nothing, but is what it is. But anyway, the Berzerker is possibly the most unique band I myself have come across in my 25, 26 years of listening to metal. Always wanting something more extreme. I came across this band when I was 14, maybe. Just scouring magazines looking for shit that's going to out heavy the last thing, and this set the bar for me. And I've still not heard anything that's more extreme than this. I've heard things that are heavier than this, sure. But as far as extremity goes and pure fucking just vision, this is a hell of an album, man, and I find it very inspirational. And it inspires me to make music, like every now and then, whenever I'm feeling a bit like, ugh, is what I'm doing any good? I throw this on and remember that people have dared themselves before, and it's fucking fantastic when they do. So, that's what keeps me going. And no, this isn't going to be about my music, so don't even ask. This is about this. Now, if you're into your traditional kind of grind, I'm talking like your Nyctophobics, your Napalms, etc., Brutal Truth, Agathocles, all that kind of stuff. That usual gear, your SOBs and your terrorizers, then this is there's a good chance this ain't for you, because this is a niche listen, okay? This is like a subgenre of like 40 other fucking subgenres, and somehow it's still legendary, because fucking the music speaks for itself. Okay, but there's a good chance you ain't gonna like this. But for those of you who are, I don't want to say open-minded, because it's not to say people who like traditional stuff are just closed-minded. You like what you like. But for people who are a bit, you don't mind some stuff that's a bit off the wall, maybe give this a little go and see what you think, because this is like industrial death grind, very influenced by Carcass. It's got the Carcass cover on there of a Corporal Jigsaw Quandary to close the album off. Oddly enough, I think that's the weakest song on the album, though it's still a great fucking song. I mean, the original is better, obviously, but because it suits that sort of style. But the reason I think that's the weakest song on here, even though it's influenced by Carcass, it just sounds too different, you know. So, because this isn't a Carcass clone by any stretch of the imagination, and nor have there been any clones of it other than like the Senseless, but those are side projects for Berzerker, so they don't really count as far as that goes. Now, a lot of people are put off by the masks because they're like, oh, Slipknot, but people my age, you got to remember, like in the late 90s, Slipknot was like a big thing to us. I mean, I still love that first record. I mean, I knew where they were going afterwards. It's like, I didn't mind Iowa. There were some songs on there and like bits that I liked, but I could already tell where they were going. There was more singing. It was I don't know. It just seemed more radio friendly. And then when that third album came out, I was like, yeah, I saw this coming a mile away. I already knew what was. I was already checked out. But at the time, to see another band wearing the masks and stuff like that, I thought that's fucking sick. That looks cool, man. But these guys, they didn't seem gimmicky, even though it is a gimmick. Obviously, I see the irony. Don't worry, it's not lost on me. But I don't know. This seemed different. It looked like they were playing like I don't know, like some sort of weird characters or some crazy race or something. I was like, oh, I can dig that, you know. So I was all over that. But then listening to it, I was like, oh, mate, these guys are nothing like Slipknot. Fuck it now. Jesus Christ. I was just like, yeah, because it's weird because Slipknot did sort of set the bar for me first. But now, thinking about it, it's like something about dudes in masks in these bands. They seem to get it right. Mushroom Head did not. So it's not foolproof. but but never mind. Um, I had that one song that was good, but yeah, what is a bomp? Never mind. Best song on the album got to be "Last Mistake." Very, very sort of upbeat and just a bit cheeky. Sort of, it's kind of like the misfit on the album from like all the original compositions that are on there. But I don't know, it's just got this really cool. Like I say, it's sort of almost like it feels a little bit like false hope in a way because it just comes crashing down immediately afterwards. But it's just really good stuff. Lyrics are very cool as well, very different. I mean, you wouldn't know on this edition, obviously. You know, could have got the materials out, could have made a booklet, would have been pennies, but no, no. The flap will do. But they pretty much look at stuff from like an ethical point of view, of like in a philosophical kind of way. Mm. Like for example, the opening song "Disregard" is about where does the stigma of cannibalism come from? Like, is it just a socially unacceptable thing, or is like where do we draw the line, sort of thing? Because I guess it could be like I don't know, maybe an argument for vegetarianism. They've that seems to come up a couple of times on this album, but again, it doesn't seem shaming or anything. It's asking like genuine questions. I mean, it's got your normal sort of gore grindy lyrics too. Like they've got the song on here, "The Principles and Practices of Embalming," which is all about an autopsy, which is pretty cool. And it's kind of the lyrics are graphic in a way that it's like not graphic like Cannibal Corpse, sort of over the top, but in a sort of practical, ironically, sort of way. Like it talks about like the not letting the skull slip out of your hands when you're peeling the flesh and stuff, and really really cool. It's funny in places, but not in a sort of comedic way. Just in a sort of like, yeah, this really is what it is, isn't it? So really really cool record. I recommend it to anyone. Obviously, it's not for everybody, but for those who will like it or do like it, let us know underneath. And for those of you who absolutely hated it, you let us know too. Let's hear your end of it. But there we go. Dissimulate, the second album from the Berzerker. And yes, all the other albums, well, the first four albums are really good. The one that came after Animosity, I can remember. It was one. It came out a few years later on their fifth album. I didn't care for it, but the first four are absolutely fantastic, and I'd love to see a re-release of the demos because that would be sick too. Because the demos are fantastic. So, everyone, if you like your grindcore and you like your industrial stuff, this mixes it rather nicely. Until then, keep it old school, keep it underground, keep it extreme, keep it cool, keep it black, keep it everything. It's been a day.